DirecTV and Xfinity are two of the nation's top TV providers. And that's great and all, but it doesn't really help you make a choice between the two, now does it? So today we're going to take a hard look at the pricing and packages, and the strengths and the weaknesses for each provider. But first, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with us on future reviews. But for now, DirecTV versus Xfinity, this should be an interesting one, so let's dive in. In broad terms, Xfinity is more expensive than DirecTV when it comes purely to TV services. Where Xfinity really excels is in bundling, and we'll have more on that in just a sec. But let's start at the beginning here. The first thing to note is that DirecTV's advertised pricing is quite a bit more transparent than that of Xfinity. That's not to say there aren't still some things to be aware of going in, but with DirecTV, what you see will generally be closer to what you ultimately pay. Specifically, DirecTV's sticker price includes one Genie DVR plus installation, and you won't see broadcast TV fees or HD access fees as separate line items either. They're included in that monthly cost. There are only two exceptions to this that I want to point out right now. First, a $7.49 regional sports fee, which you'll see with every provider I'm aware of, and it's usually about that price. And two, a one-time activation fee of $19.95, which isn't really the same thing since it's not ongoing like the other charges, but I'll mention it anyway. Anyway, the implication should be clear, but I'll go ahead and spell it out. All of these fees I've mentioned, you will see them with Xfinity, and they can have a huge effect on the final outcome of your monthly bill. So, case closed, right? Well, yes and no. Yes, DirecTV is apples for apples going to be the cheaper option, although that second-year price increase can be substantial. But consider this. Basically, because of the nature of the beast, satellite TV will have a much harder time getting rid of long-term contracts. So if you go with DirecTV, you're locked in for 2 years. Xfinity's contract is only for 1 year if you choose to have one at all. For a few extra bucks per month, you can opt for a no-contract option with Xfinity. Yes, that is one more fee to tack on to the list we had earlier, but at least you've got that option. And it can be a lifesaver for renters or anyone else who doesn't really want to commit. Now, the other thing to consider, which I mentioned earlier, is bundling. Xfinity's TV services, as far as pricing goes, will be much stronger bundled than they are separate. Since this is a review of Xfinity TV specifically, though, I won't get too much into this area, but I'll say that price-wise at least, if you get both TV and internet through Xfinity, it's much more attractive. But if you're looking at TV-only options, then yes, DirecTV kind of puts Xfinity to shame. Alright, that's what you'll pay, but now let's talk about what you're paying for. Xfinity and DirecTV will largely carry similar channels with similar packages, of course, especially in the lower tier plans. I will say though that DirecTV has the best all-inclusive plan with its Premier package. This has the most channels of any package we've ever reviewed. You get a bunch of premium channels included, a Genie DVR included, plus NFL Sunday Ticket Max for the 2019 season. Which reminds me, if you are a sports fan, then here's the deal. DirecTV gets you access to NFL Sunday Ticket, while Xfinity can get you the NFL Red Zone add-on. By the way, we've got a review of both of those as well. You should definitely check that out. For sheer football enjoyment, I'd recommend Sunday Ticket over Red Zone. However, Xfinity's channel lineup does include a lot of niche sports programming. Olympic sports, darts, that sort of thing. So if that's your thing, you're in luck. So in the end, we've got to declare a winner. In this case, when it comes to standalone TV service, go with DirecTV. Their pricing is not only lower, but it's more transparent as well. Yes, there's the contract issue to consider, but if you're okay with locking in for that, you're going to get a great deal. But I do want to reiterate what I mentioned earlier. We're talking about standalone TV here. If we talk about bundling, then Xfinity actually edges out DirecTV in our book. So let that be the first question you ask, whether you're bundling or not. Speaking of which, be sure you check out our reviews of Xfinity and AT&T internet services as well to see just why we like bundling with Xfinity so much. But before you do that, make sure you subscribe to our channel and let us know if you have any other questions on this topic. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on the next review.